Like much of the world, I frequently visit the website YouTube for information and entertainment. YouTube has become the standard for video sharing and viewing, occupying a huge market share in the streaming player space. YouTube videos have several features users can interact with, one of those being comments. As I watch videos, I scroll down to see what others are saying. Comments are small pieces of text, often only a few words or sentences that are written in reaction to a video. You can like a comment, and comments that get more likes appear higher on the list. I never comment on videos, and I wondered what caused others to contribute. I also wondered what effect the comment section had on the community of viewers in general. Users of any social media site tend to have a digital identity and personality separated from their identity in real life. Researchers such as Michael Overstreet believe that the rise of social media has completely changed the social dynamic in general, where every person is the center of their own online world, with friends and followers simply orbiting planets. This contributes to behaviors and rhetoric unique to digital communities. Digital writers and communities of all shapes and sizes use specific templates and techniques for success. Authors such as John Gallagher note that through media such as Amazon reviews, Reddit posts, and online blogs, people form complex schedules and habits for writing, often for no reward other than engagement. Sometimes these pieces of text are part of a constructive conversation. These habits are informed through constant observation and reapplication. Being able to adapt and reassess one's skills of effective posting are the most valuable skills in the world of online rhetoric. Social media companies have long kept wraps on the way they serve content to customers. Jennifer Sanofrancini notes in her research that organizations often purposefully serve heated opinions and exchanges in order to increase engagement. Gallagher notes that most algorithms use a complex cocktail of recency, engagement, and user-specific data. However, the nuances of each algorithm are hidden for two reasons. First, to prevent users from taking advantage of their platform, and second, to promote their algorithm as an exciting, unique technology, which it isn't. Users of any social media site tend to have a different digital identity and personality separated from their identity in real life. Researchers such as Michael Overstreet believe that the rise of social media has completely changed social dynamics in general, where every person is the center of their own online world, with friends and followers simply orbiting planets. This contributes to behaviors and rhetoric unique to digital communities. Digital writers and communities of all shapes and sizes use specific templates and techniques for success. Authors such as John Gallagher note that through media such as Amazon reviews, Reddit posts, and online blogs, people form complex schedules and habits for writing, often for no reward other than engagement. Sometimes these pieces of text are part of a constructive conversation. These habits are formed through constant observation and reapplication. Being able to adapt and reassess one's ideas of effective posting are the most valuable skills in the world of online rhetoric. Social media companies have long kept wraps on the ways they serve content to users. Jennifer Sanofrancini notes in her research that organizations often purposefully serve heated opinions and exchanges in order to increase engagement. Gallagher notes that most algorithms use a complex cocktail of recency, engagement, and user-specific data. However, the nuances of each algorithm are hidden for two reasons. First, to prevent users from taking advantage of their platform, and second, to promote their algorithm as an exciting, unique technology, which it often isn't. Because of this phenomenon, Overstreet advocates for a careful curation of data streams, combining several in an attempt to have control over the user's data. By diversifying the ways we as consumers take in information, he believes we will be exposed to more opinions and ideas. This is also a warning to anyone caught in a vacuum of digital information. Misinformation spreads quickly in the dark. Social media companies are often responsible for the ways that third parties use their platforms. Bad actors can take advantage of algorithms to spread misinformation, or at least make their arguments heard. People often look at comments and reactions with much less critical examination than a post itself, and others can use this to either give or take credibility from a poster. Becoming aware of the ways comment sections and reactions can be steered and manipulated is critical for online safety. Overstreet in particular argues that many issues caused by digital environments can be avoided simply by being aware. If we as users know how a site works, we are much safer when using it. Reactions such as comments, likes, and emoji reactions are cues for the audience to use while interpreting a post. Comments can provide an insight as to the meaning or implications of a post. Likes can help gauge how many users felt positively about a post. These interactions are also used by the platform to determine whether or not to keep advertising the post. Sano Franchini believes such reactions are often used to stifle public perception of a post or quantify it. However, most researchers found that comments and likes were used by individuals or groups to change public perception of a post. While many authors have researched YouTube comments, with some even looking at automated comments, this specific hasn't yet been analyzed under the lens of interface analysis. John Gallagher, in his book Update Culture and the Afterlife of Digital Writing, talks about several digital writing communities, such as the Reddit commenters and Amazon reviewers. One of the communities that he did not look at, however, are YouTube commenters. Ilana Dubovi and Iris Tabak examined this community in their article An Empirical Analysis of Knowledge Co-Construction in YouTube Comments. They were looking for the extent collaboration can go in the YouTube comment section while different users helping each other to seek truth and critically analyze the video. However, they assumed all comments were written by human authors, which was very likely not the case. An author who researched this topic on another platform is Sarah Rinfret in her article Bots, Fake Comments, and E-Rulemaking, the Impact on Federal Regulations. She sought to find what the effect of automated comments had on a federal rule suggestion portal, a higher stakes but less accessible community than YouTube. However, because videos on this site can often rack up millions of views, the possible twisting of public perception through tampering with the comment section is a crucial research focus. While this topic has been researched before, I intend to apply a new lens, that of interface analysis, to identify the factors that may have contributed to the digital environments we see today. In this article, I will look at the YouTube comment section with a critical interface analysis, both examining the UI, user interface, and individual comments. I hope to determine to what extent YouTube as a company enables the state of their comment sections. Not only that, but I hope to shed light on how the comment system affects viewers as a community. What are the ethical implications of commenting? In order to collect comments to analyze, I found a list of the 100 most subscribed YouTube channels in the news category. I used a random number generator to pick a number between 1 and 100 and pick the corresponding channel from the list. I then transcribed 100 comments taken from 5 videos, each picked using the random number generator out of the 100 most recent posts on that channel. I took both the first 10 comments and the top 10 comments from each video and recorded the text body of each comment, in addition to the number of likes, notes on replies, and who the comment was written to. This approach allowed me to collect data without prejudice towards certain channels and comments. First, as I conducted a critical interface analysis of the site, several things became apparent. The YouTube comment interface is divided into several parts. Located directly below the video player, there is a button that allows you to sort the comments either by top comments, or new, which is the default setting, or newest first. Directly under that, there is a text box encouraging the user to write a comment of their own. Below that, there is a feed that extends far below everything else on the page, listing every comment. Users can both post comments and respond to others, in addition to giving them a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The comments at the top of the page often have numerous likes, but they don't always, and there is seemingly no predictable order in which they appear. However, when you reload the page, the order remains the same, which indicates that YouTube has an algorithm they use to sort comments by how relevant they are to the user. I believe that YouTube, along with many other social media companies, sorts comments based on the rate they receive likes. Gallagher touched on this when he was talking about the karyos, or the relationship time has with writing in a digital space. Often, comments with higher like counts stay at the top of the feed because more people view them and have an opportunity to like them. Unfortunately, though, we can only speculate as to how the algorithm works, because YouTube keeps the exact system for sorting comments under wraps, either to stop people from exploiting the system or to give themselves more influence behind the curtain. Sano Franchini made a similar observation about how Facebook had complete control over the appearance of the user's feed while maintaining the guise of randomness. A drawback I encountered was the temporary nature of YouTube comments. Users can delete their comments at any time, and as I collected data on 2 different days, this affected me. The first day I collected data, I looked at all the comments and wrote down 50 of them. When I came back to finish the collection the following day, some of the comments had been deleted from the group I still had to copy down. In addition, the top comments for the comments that I had already written up had changed. This affected the way I perceived the nature of the YouTube comments section. I assumed that it was unchanging, but as my data shows, it does change over time. Comments rise up and down the list. Authors remove their comments and it's a temporary space. The high impact practice research intensive course that I took this semester helped me to see my research topic in a different way than I otherwise would have. By going out and collecting the primary research, I was able to see the topic in a different way than my secondary sources had analyzed it. Not all of them looked at the karyos of the comment section or the relationship that the text has with time. I found out about the deletion of some comments. I found out that they move up and down the list. I found out that they change day to day, and this is important when understanding the inner workings of the YouTube comment section. Another discovery I made related to the audience of YouTube comments. The original purpose of the comment section was so that creators could get feedback on their videos. However, only 8% of the comments I looked at were written specifically to the channel. The other 92% were aimed at other people reading the comments, or the community of viewers. This might be because larger channels often don't respond to many comments, and I took my data from a popular channel. Whatever the reason, this shifts the ecosystem of the comments to almost a separate social media where users primarily write to and interact with other users. Comment posting affects the community of viewers, which includes but is not limited to commenters. Across all 5 videos, only 6 of the first 10 comments on each video made it to the top 10 sorted by YouTube's algorithm. However, when you compare this number to the 26,617 comments across all 5 videos in total, being one of the first 10 commenters is hugely advantageous for visibility, increasing your odds of appearing in the top 10 by 1,498%. Any system that automates comments to post as soon as the videos are released can have a huge upper hand in promoting the commenters' ideas and narratives. Rinfret interviewed workers in her research who mentioned that certain interest groups would spam their portals with similar messages to increase the likelihood of getting their point across. Proving whether or not this happens in the YouTube comment section is outside the scope of my research. However, it is possible that this is going on, and users need to be literate to the ways digital environments may be affecting them. Overstreet talked with several of his students who said that once they learned how a certain digital space works, they were able to engage with it in a much more positive and productive way. So, in the YouTube comment section, anyone seeking to promote their ideas and push their viewpoints to the audience of viewers could easily take advantage of the algorithm by posting comments immediately after the video is released, giving their ideas a much higher chance for visibility. With news channels on YouTube, as opposed to traditional media, viewers look to videos for information on an issue and look to the comments for opinions on the issue. I think this is an especially important aspect of digital spaces because, as Knowles noted in his research, as new technologies become more complex, they become easier to use. We need to take an active approach to digital literacy, or we can very easily become victims of bad actors. And I think part of that is helping digital literacy in the YouTube comment section. To summarize, I believe that YouTube constructed the comment interface with user experience in mind. They want users to see the comments most likely to provoke a response, and they have likely perfected this system over the years. I have found that people use this system to promote their ideas and values by doing what they can to appear in the top comments, which involves being among the first to comment. Users could take advantage of this system to make their ideas more visible and therefore more prevalent than they otherwise would have been. However, my research was limited in scope and depth by the time I had to work on this project. I think valuable further research could be conducted on other genres of YouTube channels and other digital commenting spaces. My findings are hugely important for the community of viewers, that we become more aware of the actual purpose and reach of comment posting because, as Overstreet advocates in his article, when we know the workings of the spaces we frequent, we have a better opportunity to diversify our influences and stay safe online. Thank you.